Hey everybody, hope all is well. Josiah Mitchell. Two-years old, didn't ask to be here. Last seen with the father who comes up, they're saying with some cockamamie, allegedly, came up with some cockamamie story that, some guys approached him and, they put a gun and they kidnapped a beautiful baby. His son. Again, what is your net worth? It's probably not even $3. You broker than me. As I said before, at least I think I got the $3. Highly unlikely. Who would go around to, and I'm guessing an impoverished man to kidnap for what? Can't even shake you down for a Happy Meal without your mama, baby mama probably paying for it. And hearing about it, we've seen this before. It's not the first time. Over and over again. You look up, a chick met some guy, they got lit, she got pregnant, and that's pretty much it. A baby is here. Don't want to pay child support. That's what the real deal is. Don't want to pay child support. That's what I think it is. That's what it always is. Follow the money. But see, he's, in my opinion, the father is truly the bad guy. But hold on. Hold the phone. He's not the only one. Now, I don't know the mother, but I'm going to speak in general. We have seen these cases, different nationality, from little Kiki to Becky. The mother's at work. Other cases I've seen, the mother's at work. And Dusty Dan, the non-working man, is keeping her baby. Next thing you know, the child crying and shook the child to death. Little TT keeping the baby. He's watching the game. The baby kept on crying. Shook the child to death. So here's the part that some women may not like, and that's understandable. We can agree and disagree. I think some of us are negating the part that the mom is playing this. Speaking in general, because I don't want to attack the mother, but I'm going to speak my truth. So speaking in general, this is not the first woman this has happened to. We've seen them show up at the job on the daycare. Lord have mercy. Just horror story after horror story. But Black Lives Matter. Joke. But in my opinion, this child is a victim of ignorance, a victim like the others, I think, low self-esteem women, self-hating, broke down, bottom of the barrel, poverty D men. Yeah, born in dysfunction. Dying in horror. See, when a man kills, I don't have to say allegedly, but let's speak. For men who kill their children, you have to understand that's their DNA. And when do I say you're inferior? You're not inferior based on the color of your skin. You are inferior by the dumb crap that you do. The dumb decisions you make over and over and over again. The dumb decisions that you do. Decisions that you make. See, dusty behavior, be it a Dustina or a Dusty, male or female, they don't think, they just do. They never think anything out. They just do. They don't think. They just do. And then, I didn't think that was going well. That's the problem. You don't think. You just do. These men, especially in the BC, these men, one way to get yourself murked in the BC is to be around the seed of poverty D, let alone carry his seed. We already know. Moving these guys in, telling them to get a job, telling them to, once you've moved them in, it's not working out, asking them to vacate their premises, asking them to leave, put them on child support. That's a recipe surefire to get your behind killed, Black woman. Seriously, it happens in all groups. This group, man, I'm seeing it way too much. I don't have the stats, but I think little TT might have him beat. I don't know. Whenever you get pregnant by these men, they don't, as a collective, they don't want to be responsible. They're not just telling you, you got show and tell. They telling you and showing you, but I know Black women, we're going to be hard-headed and we want to prove somebody wrong. You think you're going to fix him, you're going to show him. I keep on telling you, you ain't finna fix. You can't even fix you, baby boo. You can't fix you. So see, what I'm trying to get to you, the point I sort of believe, and I believe this, and we can agree, disagree, let me know what you think in the comments. When these women carry the seed of poverty and have their children, and then I think sometimes you're trying to force them on this beautiful baby. You're trying to force them into fatherhood, or to be there for your child because you love your child so much. You think, oh, this beautiful baby, this is me. Talk about a transformer. You don't understand. Your man is a transformer. You're trying to transform this fool into a human being, which he's not. You're trying to transform him into, people say, oh, transformer, referring to, I guess people who've had a sex change, you know what I'm saying? Transgender women. The transformer sometimes is these men. That's the transformer. And women sitting up here, you're trying to transform him. You're trying to transform a self-hating, evil, diabolical, homicidal, highly emotional, so-called human being. You're trying to transform into a loving, caring person, and you can't do it. He was already what he was before you met him. You were just, I'm going to be honest with you, something to do. You met a physical need, hit it and quit it, bye. Live life on the fly. You're trying to transform him into a caring person. And so you see this beautiful child, baby, that you love and it's a part of you. And you think, how can he not love this? You don't know who you're dealing with. That's the problem. And I love Black men, but boy, when it comes to Black men, some of these fools got their blinders on. And you have to be a foolish person when a person is telling you to your face, nah, I'm not about all that. It's just like a woman. And I told her, I said, this guy right here, he's African American, he's handsome. He was my husband's friend. And I told her, I said, he's not the kind of guy to have a relationship with. I'm just letting you know. He's not the kind of guy to have a relationship with. He's very handsome. Of course you're going to look twice. He's got it going on. He's very handsome. I got to give him that. But I already see, okay? I know him. He's at our house. I see him, how he operates. Oh, she think I don't know what I'm talking about. Introduce me. Girl, introduce me. Okay. Introduce him. I already told you how he operates, but you think I don't know. Okay, boo. Introduce him. Next thing I know, they go out, and then I guess something must have happened really quick, and she's just like, oh, girl, thank you. He is so handsome. He's so fine. Ooh, girl, it's been a while, and I'm going to get my birth control back on. I'm like, oh, boy. I already told her. It's a few weeks later. Why is the phone ringing at 7 o'clock in the morning? And I told him, I said, listen, I said to him, at the time, I said, what I don't want to do not come with no surprise, oh, guess who's coming over for dinner. I said, not with those two. I said, I know your friend, how he operates. I said, I know her. I said, I'm letting you know right now. I said, do not come with no surprise. Oh, by the way, I invited so they're coming. I said, don't do it. I said, don't you, we're going to have a problem. Don't do it. It's going to be a problem. Look up, a few weeks later, early in the morning, it's like 7 o'clock, a little after 7 o'clock, and she's calling me. Oh, yeah. And for your husband friends, I don't want him calling me no more. And I'm like, but girl, 2 weeks ago you said he didn't call you. I told him, I said, oh my God. I said, he didn't call so-and-so. And, they kicked it, obviously. And she's feeling a little kind of way. He's like, oh, well, let me have him to call her. And so he gets on the phone. Hey, man, you know what? Drop her line, kind of call her. Da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, she's kind of upset. So 2 weeks ago, before this came down, she's calling me and telling me about, oh, yeah, and he is no good. They obviously had relations. He is no good. And he just a dog, all the rest of these men. And it's been blank, 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 blank. And he hasn't called me. Okay, so I'm like, hey, He hasn't called her, and she's calling me upset. He gets on the phone, talks to him. Maybe just show that your cameraman or something call. I'm like, okay, that's done. They hit it, what have you, and now he's not calling. He got on the phone. Now the dude has called to check up on her. Next thing I know, 7 o'clock in the morning, she called me going off. And he is no good. And I should let you introduce me. And I was like, what? And I don't want to meet none of your husband's friends no more. And he's a typical so-and-so. But I told you, girl, I told you how really? I already told you how this guy gets down. He's very handsome. He got women throwing money at him. I'm like, I already told you. I don't want to meet none of your husband's friends no more. So then he called her. I guess he made that one call and then stopped. And she's like, I don't want to, and you tell him, I don't want him calling me no more. Well, you just said, so he made that one call to check up on you, and now he stopped calling you. So you're calling me to go off, and you're saying for me to tell him that you don't want to be none of his friends anymore. Drama. But I already told you. But no, you did what you want to do. You want to blame somebody else. So the same thing here. Sure, this guy's the bad guy. But we cannot negate the fact that these women are choosing these men. Obviously, whose custody is this child in? It's in a mama's custody more than likely. How did he get the child? He must have came and pick the child up from you or stay with you. So I hate to tell you this. Like, oh girl, I already warned her, told her, oh, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I do. Especially when he shows up you can't even see the same chick twice. Somebody else. He has another friend like that. Tall, handsome, brown-haired dude, got it going on. Each time, I think I saw one twice and I was surprised. Look up one weekend, it's a blonde-haired girl. Hey! Look up, it's another girl, strawberry blonde. Who is this? Now it's a brunette. Well, who was the girl last weekend? Rich pretty boy. He can do that. Okay, so now it's a redhead. So I already learned. I already knew what's up. These women are he changed them like he changed the channel. That's what he does. So that when it comes to having a dinner party and we socialize a whole lot, it's like I don't even, I just smile. Hey, welcome to our home. And I just go from there. Girl, I don't even try to remember your name. Because guess what? You here, what's that one night only? You here for this weekend only. I don't even try to remember a name with these girls. Wow, it's been, let's say out of a month, it's been about 4 or 5 different girls. So this one was her Friday night, this was her Saturday night. Got it. I don't even remember her name. I remember once I hit it off with one girl. I said, yeah, let's go to the movies and all that. And my mind told me, I said, oh, it's a whole nother girl. So I didn't say nothing. She called and then I just let it go to the voicemail because I don't want to hear, hey, who's he seeing? I don't want to get into it. So that right there, sometimes it's before your eyes and we don't want to acknowledge it. Don't want to acknowledge. Like, oh girl, I already told her I'm going to do it all. And she did that. So the same thing, when the women are picking these men, these guys are not hardworking, they're not providers or protectors. When you have a child by these men, and then you already know you're not going to get married, it's not going to even be a stable relationship, so we can forget a ring. We can forget him trying to provide for you and a kid. That's a joke. But when you have a child by these men, and they are not interested. When they listen, when you're say that you're expecting and you're noticing that you're having to go to these appointments by yourself for, I guess I haven't had a baby or anything, but when you're going to these appointments for the baby while you're carrying it and they're checking on you, when you have to go by yourself or you're going with other female friends and relatives, the man never shows up to, drive you there. When you should already know. He letting you know he doesn't care about fatherhood. When you have a baby, when you have a baby. And he is not there to drive you home. It's your mom, your grandmother, your friend. The girl, you should already know what time it is. He hasn't been there through the pregnancy. They want different things, certain foods. He's not out there to go and get it for you, to massage your feet. I mean, you're carrying life, his child. Your body is going through changes. And he is not there. The dude has already told you, baby. Actions speak louder than words. He probably on to the next chick with a fat stomach. He done moved on. Then you have the baby. When you try to force, when a man doesn't want to be there, knowing in this community, and again, it's all and every, but I'm talking about our group right now. Knowing in this community how they operate, and you still try to force your child on that man or relationship. Oh, I'm tired. I need a break. You might get a permanent break. And your child ends up on the screen like this little baby heard you saying, I'm going to go ahead and let you know real quick. Mama, guess what? You played a role. We don't want to face it. No, it's not just all on the man. You played a role. As far as I'm concerned, when they have shown to you, and I would imagine for this to escalate to this point where the child is found deceased, I would imagine at some point he's already showed you he don't give a darn. But I know you're not trying to hear it. Delusional and dumb as hell. So the tears that you cry, I'm sorry to say, you're in the Black community and you don't see what the hell these fools will do to a kid. Girl, I sympathize with the baby. Excuse the expression, this may sound mean. I don't give a damn about you. You put this this baby in harm's way. Shoot. Oh my gosh. You helped do this shit. You know he don't give a damn about this child, and you're trying to force it on this man. You know that they will kill the children. They'll kill your dumb ass. They can get away with it. So let's not try to act like you're the mother of the freaking year, because you're not. You helped make this happen. That this child is not here because you done put this child with a damn monster. And that's the part, and you can get mad. I don't care. Let's not act brand new like, well, I never thought he would do this. Never in my wildest dreams would Octavius. Bullshit. And I'm almost stalking is making me very angry. So let's stop pretending like you want to show up with your black dress on and, oh, my baby. Girl, you put in harm's way. You mean to tell me out of social media, the news, you don't know what these men will do? You're playing Russian roulette with your child's life. And you wonder why some women, like I said, some women sitting up here raising the kids all by themselves. The dad is not there. That might be the only reason your child is breathing. Some women raising a child all by themselves. She won't let him see his child. Maybe because she loves her child and she wants to keep her child breathing. But we don't want to talk about that. She going it all alone because she already know with Tyrone it can go wrong. That child might not come back home. I'm tired. I need a break. And that's for any woman. You know darn well they don't give a damn about these kids. Well, I need me a break. You might get your final break, and you have to live with that. I'm sorry to say this is to me is these women are not innocent. No, these men have shown you what they will do to you. Throw a baby in a river. We've seen stories like that, and the baby will drown. They don't give a crap. Tomato transforming, your behind need transforming with some damn common sense, because chick, you ain't got it today. Birthing these kids here into just a cycle of violence. A cycle of poverty and struggle, doing without. Then you wonder why they grow up so hardened, with all they've been exposed to. Why these teens just sit up, get mad at somebody, pop, just show. What the hell is this? The world they've been put in. So for the mother, before you start giving your tears, girl, bye. These men show you it should not be. You can't be this slow. And I know black folks, we love some social media. So this right here, you put your child in harm's way. If I had been there, look, I wouldn't even deal with no dusting. You can pay your child support and you go to jail. You ain't got to come around here. I'll make it real clear. You don't have to come around here. And if you think for 1 minute that you finna mess with mine, I would put my life on the line for my kid. If you think for 1 minute you're not coming around here, you finna mess with mine and make him disappear, think again. You and me will have a shootout. We'll be on 11 alive. I will have my child someplace safe and have a clip loaded. Had that clip already ready, backup clip on the side. So you want to go ahead and get with it? You want that smoke? It'll be me and you, partner. And I go to the shoot. You might win, but I go to the shooting range. It'll be me and you. It's not gonna be my child. I can tell that right now. Knowing he had a gun, I'd call the police. Yes, he's a felon, and I believe he has a weapon, and here's his license plate. I'm gonna get him locked up. Sure would, the safety of my child. But oh no, we get in these situations and can't nobody tell us nothing. You 20-something, somebody 40-something years old, 45, can't tell you nothing. Oh, okay. Somebody 55 can't tell you. You think you know. He ain't gonna do that. Well, look, I just needed me a break. Well, you got your final break. For those that may be thinking that, some women, I needed me a break. I know this gonna happen. Girl, bye. You knew darn well he's the seed of poverty D. He just a molded duster, just like his daddy. You knew darn well that he fit the criteria for a dust bucket, but you looked the other way, and you have these beautiful children, and then you put the child in harm's way when you give him to the so-called father, a transformer. You call yourself gonna transform him into a loving father. It ain't gonna happen, because guess what? The one that put him here, that fool wasn't that. The apple doesn't fall far from a tree. So the part we don't want to talk about is how some of these women are putting their child in harm's way when they let them go with these men. This is part of the culture. This is part of the culture. When the men get a woman pregnant and they don't want to pay child support, everybody already knows, oh, it's the daddy. Everybody, he doesn't want to pay child support. Everybody already knows. There's no secret. Well, nobody was, listen, unless you're a little slow, who the hell was buying a kidnapping store? Again, why would they kidnap you? For what? The women and children will come up missing a whole lot in the BC when they come to child support. A 2-year-old baby. And don't forget, the body was found. I saw another report. The body was found. They said near a landfill facility. What a trash is. What a trash is. Wow. So these women, you think you know. You think you know everything. You think you know everything. You think you know. I don't know everything, and I'm older than the mother. She probably is in her 20s. So I'm old enough to be her mom. This right here, that's the part we cannot negate. It's not, how did he get this child? What kind of father has he been? You're not gonna make me believe that he was a loving and caring father. And if you notice, I haven't even heard that. And I've seen maybe about 4 stories on this here. Haven't heard once them say he was a loving father. He loved his child. Man, most parents, shoot. If that had been me, which I figured he was lying. Time they drove off with the child, ask yourself for this question right here. If it was true, they at gunpoint took the child away. What did this Negro do? Did he call 911 to report to get a license plate? I haven't heard none of that. If that had been me, they got a gun. You know what I would have done? I would have taken my SUV. We can buy another SUV, not another child. I would have taken my SUV and followed them. And you know what I'd ram that piece of crap. I'd ram that car. So guess what? You might start shooting. You ain't gonna get far. I would have rammed the back of that vehicle with my child. Well, the child might get hurt. At least I get my child back. Now I ain't gonna ram no vehicle. If somebody steal my purse over a Chanel bag, I ain't finna ram no vehicle. I get the license plates. I'm not finna do that. Oh no, they done held me up and grabbed my Chanel bags and got my Chanel shoes. Oh no. I can't afford to buy that again. A child involved? Oh yeah, something like that. I'm gonna follow and get a license plate and call the police. Why didn't that happen? You know it's a bogus story. Something like that. They got my child. You're not finna get away. I rather have my child a little injured than dead. We got insurance, PIP, whatever, something like that. We'll work that. We'll work that out, baby. No, something like that. Most people would have done that. You would have gotten your car, got the license plates, and I would have rammed the back of that car, ram it so the police gonna stop at some point. I would have rammed the back of that, got that license plates, and I would have called 911. And next thing they would have heard would have been a bang. You ain't getting far, homie. No, not today and tomorrow looking good either. I would ram the back of that vehicle. You're gonna hand me my baby. That's what you gonna do. Oh, I'm not strapped. I'm getting my license plates. I'm calling the police. I'm gonna follow this vehicle and I'm gonna ram it. Oh yeah, I'm going to ram that vehicle. Anything to get it to stop, to disable it, because my child is in there and they can come out blazing. Guess what? Somebody gonna call the police. But you never heard that. Let them have a collection of shoes. Oh, they done stole all my shoes. Man, I got $5,000 in tennis shoes. I bet he be in that car. Pop's in the car with his boys. Follow, man, follow. But they got your child, allegedly. Why didn't that happen? I'm like, did he not try to follow the vehicle, get a license plate? And then hear reports that he was pretty much he wasn't really trying to cooperate. We already knew it was a BS story. So, baby mamas, these men have told you, they have shown you. If they have, I bet this guy, the way he looks, there's an anger. I sense that there's an anger problem, a violence problem. You're not going to tell me he's not. He's got that look. So you're not going to tell me he was a loving father. Nah, you're not going to tell me. If my child was inside that house, man, just to get my child, man, I ran my vehicle through that house. What insurance? What the hell? We got plenty of insurance. My child. This makes no sense. So for the mothers, you choose to get with Poverty D. Are you that desperate? You something is not right here. You choose to do that, and then how is he staying with it? Well, it was his turn. You call yourself gonna make him be a father. You're gonna put him around his son. It's gonna form a bond. Girl, bye. Well, maybe she needed a break. You might get a break. As far as I'm concerned, some of these women, they are putting their children in harm's way. And we just want to talk about the angry dust bucket. Hold on, no, wait. Hold on. Why is your child with him? What's the mannerism? How is this man toward the child? You think you're going to form a bond, or maybe you just need a break. You might get a permanent break. So understand this right here. These men are showing you. I mean, I don't know what more to tell you. You'll find men in the BC black community, they'll complain more about black women and child support than they would the economy, can't read worth a damn, can't get a darn job or anything. They'll complain more about you than the Klan. Well, so what about Zimmerman? Well, he's somewhere. So back on these black women, and I'm tired of child support. Are you concerned you're the least educated, most qualified? But you know what? These black women, her degree don't mean nothing. What about femicide in the community? You say Black Lives Matter. Man, let me tell you something. If they would stop these child support, a lot of black men in jail on child support. Well, if you know you're going to go to jail for child support, why do you keep on getting women pregnant? It's on these women. They got birth control. That's why I keep saying for black women, for the next 5 years, it'd be great just to pump the brakes on having kids. The culture has too much toxicity in it. It's too toxic behavior. This right here, it is no surprise, but yet and still, they want to still get involved with the seed of Poverty D and the toxic behavior that the culture has of thoughts, and just we're wrapped up in entertainment, and real life decisions are going on and not listening. So yeah, the baby mamas, When a man has shown disdain for you, he has shown disdain for his offspring, and yet you let that child go. Because I doubt he went to court to fight for any kind of custody. And yet you put that child around that man. You don't know how they do? I didn't think that was going to happen, girl. Bye. You don't think. You're putting your child in harm's way. You're putting your child with a transformer. You're trying to transform this man into a human being. No, these men like that do this, they're evil. He's the last one seen with the child, bogus story, allegedly. And now the child is found deceased near a landfill where the trash is? Really? And the part about the trash was not included in this story. I saw it on a different news feed. Putting your child in harm's way. So I'm sorry to say this to you. Unless you try to keep your child safe and not with him, unless he went to court, which I doubted, and fought for custody and fighting to see my child, which some men do, you put your child in harm's way. So while you're crying those tears, I need you to think this through. As far as I'm concerned, and it may sound harsh, but it's true, you put your child in harm's way. And you are partly to blame for why he's not here today. You're not innocent. When a man has shown you disdain, and for this to go to this point, there ain't no way in hell you're going to make me think he was a kind, loving father. Ain't no way in hell. I had a kind and loving father. I had a kind and loving father. So you're not going to let me think, and my father, any violence? Girl, bye. Now you try to mess with one of the kids, you might get some violence. I've seen him twice growing up come out of a bag. I've seen somebody try to take my bike and I saw him come out of a bag. I've seen some, allergies. I've seen some guys try to they did actually bully my older brother for some lunch money, and they were taking his lunch money. And my dad put us in Taekwondo classes, and my father went up to that school and said, point him out. He took off his job and went up to that school and told my brother to point him out. And my brother did. They were taking his lunch money. So my dad went up to the school, and as a matter of fact, it was during the lunch hour. He's like, what time is lunch? I'm coming up there. My dad went up to that school and said to point him out. Then after he pointed him out, my dad went to the principal and let him know what was going on. And that the principal, and this is, a while ago, if the principal couldn't handle it, it was like 3 or 4 of them little hood rats, them old hood boogers, chocolate dry. My dad let him know the principal can't handle it. He'll handle it. He let him know he will handle it. And he may have said, and I learned from my father, you don't get loud and cause a scene, but you talk soft and carry a stick. He talked very firm to him. And he let him know what would happen. So if you can't handle it, he will, because you're not going to keep on bullying my son. One man. So I knew then, Dad is about to get that ass. And the bullying stopped. Yeah, he came up to the school. Point him out. They're bullying my son. Either you going to handle it or I can. And he's not one to get loud. My father taught me that. You speak calmly and softly and you mean what you say. That bullying stopped. And there's no doubt in my mind if it had kept on going on, it would have been on for sure. Because you're not going to mess with his kids like that. You're not going to mess with his kids like that. He was up and at that school. Oh, that's what's going on? No more reports of being jacked for your lunch money. Hell, that's their raggedy ass fault. They don't have their lunch money. That's their dad's fault. So you're not going to tell me this man was a loving father. I grew up thinking that my dad, any problem there's a problem. Oh, I grew up thinking, my father can fix it. My dad said there's no problem that cannot be solved. Sometimes you may not like the resolution, but there's not a problem that can't be solved. I grew up thinking, I kid you not, even as a young adult, I grew up thinking, my dad can fix it. Oh, I'm talking to my dad. My father, he can fix that. Or he'll know what to do. That's how I grew up. And I don't hate black men. That's why I'm hard on that ass with these dusties. So this right here, you're not gonna tell me this man was a loving father, because it wouldn't go this man. This wouldn't have happened. A man would give his life for his child. Like I said, even hearing that story, being a female, if that was me, if I didn't even have a weapon on me, not that I drive around just, which we can carry, but something like that. You got my baby. Oh, hell no. It's on today. I don't care which car I'm driving. I'm getting that license plate. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm finna ram you, because you've upset my world. Guess what? You're not going to have any peace. We'll have to just duke it out. I'll ram that vehicle. I don't care about knowing. They can toll it out. Hell, I got 3 cars next. I'll be driving when I get home. We're not finna have this. What kind of father would fight for his child? So this right here, that's why I say, these women, you have to know how these men feel about the children. And then when you let these children go into their custody, baby mama, you're complicit. You're putting your child in harm's way, whether you want to face it or not. Or maybe you didn't mean for this to happen, but it happened. You're putting your child in harm's way. So yeah. We got the tears flowing. What part does a mother play of putting their children in harm's way? If he hadn't been with that child, more than likely the baby still be breathing. But he was with his dad, and look what's happened. Look what's happened with some old cockamamie story. Anybody buying that BS? Anyway, oh my gosh, this has gone so long. Thanks for watching. I don't mean to yell, but this makes me very angry. Oh, black women, wake up. So go ahead and have carry the seed of poverty, and know these men don't want these children. So don't be surprised when you let the kid go with the child. Don't be surprised. It might be the child's last day. Might be the last time seeing your child. They're listen. They're showing you every day. But I know black women, we trying to hold on to these men. We want to act like he ain't gonna do it. I didn't know he was gonna be doing it, but he did it. Oh Lord. Girl, bye. I'm tired of the balloons. I didn't think you were gonna do something like this. I mean, we had our problems and everything, but I didn't think he was gonna be doing this. Well, now we know. So you may fool some and try to put you as a little victim. I got a news flash for you. It's a little bit more to this. You're putting your child in harm's way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me go for my run. This got me all discombobulated. Got me all, oh, baby, don't stand a chance. The seed of poverty D strikes again. But there's somebody else that we don't want to admit, especially some ladies, that's complicit. And that's the baby mommy. And I'm out. Simply said on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.